5 people have been killed in the fast-growing wildfires in Southern California. Thousands of firefighter personnel have been deployed to combat the blazes. Here's more.
Los Angeles, savaged by raging wildfires from all sides, fanned by gusty winds. 5 major blazes are burning down hundreds of structures, devastating affluent communities, including Pacific Palisades and Hollywood Hills. Satellite images captured from space showed the destruction caused by the multiple fires raging around Los Angeles as thousands fled. The number of California homes and businesses without electricity, ballooned to more than 400,000 Hollywoods, is bearing the brunt of the destruction, with celebrities including Paris Hilton, Mandy Moore, Anna Faris, James Woods, Eugene Levy, lamenting the loss of their long-lived homes and precious memories. A raging wildfire, now named the Sunset Fire, has destroyed the Pacific Palisades residences of Adam Brody and Leighton Meester, as well as John Goodman, have also been destroyed. The fire is encroaching up on popular tourist destinations like the famous Magic Castle, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and many other beloved spots, threatening cultural treasures. The Hollywood Bowl, opened in 1929, is one of LA's premier outdoor venues. Its iconic, concentric arched bandshell has hosted legendary performances by artists like the Beatles, Judy Garland, Ella Fitzgerald, and more. Amid the chaos, the Academy has extended the deadline for Oscar nomination voting by 2 days, now set to close on January 14th. Fire in Eaton Canyon, in the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains, north of Los Angeles, has spread to more than 10,000 acres. Another blaze, the Hearst Fire, has erupted and spread northeast of San Fernando, burning at least 700 acres. The estimated damage and economic loss from the California wildfire is over $57 billion.
Fire has been mapped this afternoon at 10,600 acres, and it is still growing. We have 0% containment. We have over 750 firefighting personnel assigned on the line, and mutual aid resources from out of state, including Arizona, have arrived to assist us with this firefight. Unfortunately, we have 5 reported civilian fatalities, a number of injuries, and over 1,000 structures damaged or destroyed. The cause of the fire is unknown.
President Joe Biden reached Los Angeles with California Governor Gavin Newsom to be briefed on what he called an astounding situation. Biden has cancelled his planned visit to Italy, his final overseas trip as president. The U.S. president said his administration is doing anything and everything to contain these fires. President-elect Donald Trump attacked Newsom, blaming him for the ongoing wildfires. In a post on his Truth Social account, Trump accused Newsom of failing to manage the situation, alleging the governor prioritized protecting worthless fish over the lives and homes of Californians.
For the smell, and for the sake of the smell. They have no water. They had no water in the fire hydrants today in Los Angeles. It was a terrible thing. And we're going to get that done. It's going to finally be done. I got it done from the federal side, and he didn't want to sign it, but it's not going to happen again like that.
California's wildfire season typically begins in June or July and runs through October, but January wildfires are not unprecedented. According to CAL FIRE, there was 1 in 2022 and 10 in 2021.
For more on this, we are now being joined by Elizabeth Laris, president of E. Laris Consulting and professor emerita at the University of Mary in Washington. Thank you so much for joining us on WION, Elizabeth. Given that wildfires are not uncommon in California, would you say that the government in California was perhaps caught napping on the crisis? And how justified is President-elect Donald Trump's criticism of the governor and these reports that we hear that these fire hydrants didn't even have any water in them?
Well, that's an excellent question. Of course, the issue of the fire hydrants is that firefighters, wildfire fighters, are fighting massive, uncontrolled blazes in at least 5 or different spots. And usually to fight a wildfire, it's more with water drops from helicopters, not so much the local fire hydrant, though, of course, fire hydrants, do play a role in this. And so when you have so much water being directed at wildfires, like all over the LA area, there is a risk of running out of the water. The U.S. Geological Survey measures water runoff for each state in the U.S. every year. And if you look at their map, you will see that much of the U.S. western part of the country, honestly, half of the country west of, let's say, Nebraska and Iowa are under drought conditions and do not have sufficient water runoff, that is usually from mountain snows, to deal with wildfires. Not only in California, of course, these occur in Arizona, Nevada, and the western states pretty commonly.
And how will this crisis that we're seeing, which just seems something out of a movie, how will these fires influence California's growing insurance crisis?
Well, yeah, this is really, the perfect storm. Lack of water, ferocious Santa Ana winds that can move at nearly 100 miles, kilometer. A lot of development in the beautiful areas. California is a beautiful state. People want to live there. They live outside LA because the scenery is drop dead gorgeous and people can make high salaries in the city and have these beautiful views. The problem is insurers, the major U.S. insurers started dropping insurance, homeowners insurance. Apparently they wanted to raise the rates, but Governor Newsom, I believe, declined to allow them to raise the rates. And so a lot of them pulled out. And some of these homeowners who have now lost their home, they lost insurance maybe 4 months ago. So, yes, it's true. This is at least a $57 billion economic disaster. And a lot of that is homeowner insurance. And people are not going to be able to get the money to rebuild. Ironically, in the wildfire areas, it used to be cheaper to buy a home because of the risk, but then it went up increasingly. And those are premium homes. But along with that comes the risk, and people are willing to take the risk to live in these beautiful homes with beautiful views.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that analysis, Elizabeth Lauris. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. And of course, our thoughts and prayers go to the people of California as we continue to cover this devastating story. Thank you.
Agreed. You're welcome.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.